Hey, hello, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary babies. How is it going, everyone? I'm back. I'm back. Hello, hello, hello. So, since I've been listening to a lot of my teen jams, um, including right now, for the last literally 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, I've been having just this nostalgic, reminiscing mood where I was just like being dragged back in time, and I'm kind of lucky. I don't know if y'all know where I'm from technically, but let's share a little bit. So I was born in Kuwait, but I moved to the States. I did like one of those language exchange programs, like last year of high school or something. So I did that in California in Fullerton Orange County, and I met some wonderful people, not gonna lie. But I did not like California because Kuwait is kind of like California. It's very rich, very car oriented, very hot, close to the sea, and it's just a bunch of people who want to show off and show money. So I escaped from that to kind of look for my emo people, my metalheads, and you know, because I've had friends when I was in Kuwait who were from the States. I had friends from New Zealand as well. Those are like really close friends. So mentally, I think my identity developed into the more into the American identity by like my late 13s, my like early teens. And it was really nice because, and this is where I bought my electric guitar. I was part of an so-called metal band, even though it's not really big, and we did not make a lot of songs. We did a lot of like cover songs because our singer was obsessed with Metallica. I mean, don't get me wrong, Metallica is pretty cool, but I kind of went through with the emo stuff. I had my hair down, like straight here, puffed in the back. The singer in our band was like into like 90s James Hetfield, Metallica, and then the bass guitarist was kind of, he was kind of chill with me. So he was not emo per se, but I guess he enjoyed anything that was not traditional. And I had the aesthetics because I was always rebellious. But what does that tell you? Um, I realized that I spent my late teens in the States, so I partially grew up in the States. And even though I'm seeing a lot of weird things happening in the United States, and I left the U.S. in 2016, literally because of Trump's first term. So he was running for president for the first time. I was living in Ohio at the time. Yeah. So with this, what happened? I had a couple of weird people literally approaching me at a bar or a dog park or even a cop that followed my car for no reason. And I just felt like discriminated. It's like, why are you chasing me? Like, I haven't done anything. And I just get random people telling me like, we know where you live, and I'm like, okay, like, cool. And they wanted to threaten me. They wanted me to not feel safe. But eventually, when the police guy just like followed me and gave me a ticket for no damn reason, I started realizing like, oh, that's Trump for you right here. So I decided like I need to get out of this country. I'm not feeling safe enough, to be honest, because I literally had a guy in the dog park um, telling me about my blood type. I never talked to this guy, but because I had my car, I think he ran my license plate. So I had a friend at the police station. He ran my license plate, and they gave him my blood type, and he came with that information to kind of threaten me, to pretty much tell me like, you're not welcome there. This is 2016, and this is when, like, besides what happened in California, then in Ohio. Don't get me wrong, I made amazing friends, and I still really miss these people. This is what's been happening for the past 2 or 3 weeks. But also on the other side, there are these like others that are dangerous, and they want things to be different. They want white only places. And I like white people, don't get me wrong. I mean, I was always hanging out with white people, not because I chose to be around only white people, but my cultural background, the music I listen to, the aesthetics, the openness to queer ideals and stuff was mostly leftist ideals. I've had a couple of very cool Black African American guys and girls, but eventually it was a couple of white girls, white guys who I really, really, really got close to. And I think it's because we also had similarities with independence and traumas with family, and that kind of made us connect a bit more. So now I'm listening to my songs from my teens, and I'm getting all this like backflashes of my adolescence, my teens, and I remember like hanging out with these people, riding around, and yeah, just like country roads at a lake and stuff. And I just came to realizing that high school is not much different from college in the States. Like the situation of the design of a high school in the US is not very different from the university. I think the only difference I see is that you live with your parents in high school and you live alone or with other people your age in college. So is it different? Yeah, but is it not different in some sense? The design of the schools, I mean, you have some schools, like some high schools, that look better than some universities sometimes because they're so big, and this is something I did not realize until I was walking around here in Spain. I'm like, where are there high schools? Like, I've never seen a high school because they're not like big and they don't have like stadiums, they don't have sports teams, which is kind of intriguing because I thought every high school had a sports team. And now I'm realizing, oh, wow. And this is why I think I've been lonely for the past, what, like 10, 15 years? Not 15 years, for the past 5 to 7 years, because I left the US. And in the US, you have this very social vibe and also a little bit of an individualistic vibe, which I really like. So I can be myself alone, but I can also have my friends who always want to hang out. And what I really like is hanging out and not only drinking. We can definitely be drinking alcohol or smoking, but it was not like the essence. And here in Spain, I'm getting this, everyone hangs out to drink, and it's just like drinking, 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 drinking. They don't drink to get wasted, they just sit down and drink and talk. But like, I don't think I've met many of my friends here from Spain without having a drink or beer. And I wanted to have daytime events with them. Like, let's go meet during the day and, go to a park. I'll bring my guitar, you bring your whatever. And I've done these things with my friends in the US. We went to parks and we got our books and we just started reading close to one another. Sometimes I read for them, sometimes we shared thoughts. We brought our guitars to the lake or to someone's backyard and we start jamming. We just hang out. Sometimes there's alcohol, but not necessarily. We had like dinner dates. We just hang out in someone's house and eat and laugh. And then like, yeah, like now here, it's kind of, even if someone invites you to their house, there's going to be alcohol. And don't get me wrong, alcohol is fun, but like, I want to know you without you being intoxicated. Is that too much to ask for? I don't know. But I'm realizing that I miss the United States right now, even though I would never go to the United States right now, especially looking at my aesthetic. I look like a prey, pretty much. I don't know if I look like a threat. Do you think I look threatening? But yeah, like I worked for this old lady in my neighborhood because her husband passed away, and I helped her with her Wi-Fi, helped her with her like old clothes and stuff to get rid of. And she was very friendly. Like many people were friendly. I was very friendly. I had my dog and I was walking around. And I speak the language, so that's nice. But there were definitely some people who just did not like that. They did not like that I talked like them. They did not like that I was welcomed. And this is kind of where I felt, I guess, the tiny little negativity just drowned all the positivity and the good memories that I made up during that time. And now I'm like looking back and I'm like, wow, I really miss those times because I'm listening to these songs and I'm just like feeling like a teenager. I'm just giggling in my house, just feeling cute. And I'm like, this is definitely a US thing because my friends here, even the ones who listen to like electric guitar music, it's mostly alternative, slow jams. And don't get me wrong, it's cute, but like, I don't know, I don't feel it. I need energy. I need a vibe. And this is where I'm kind of stuck right now. So I don't know if I want to, but right now, because I'm this in this stage, really missing the US, I think I would like to go back to the US one day. Probably not to Ohio, but not gonna lie, I know a lot of people from Ohio, so I'm not gonna be alone in Ohio. But many of the people I know have left Ohio already. It's one of those places. It's not bad, you know. You know the song "Ohio is for Lovers." Ohio is for lovers, honestly. If you want to start a family, if you are looking to calm your life down and just, you know, bring kids into a very safe, cheap environment, because Ohio's not very expensive. There are jobs and it's pretty safe. Um, I think that's kind of the vibe. It was not the most LGBT friendly place, not gonna lie. Like I was there, was not very gay friendly, was not very trans friendly, and I wish I met more. I had gay friends in college, like close gay friends, but it was also there were certain areas we wouldn't go to that we always heard someone screaming some slurs, so it was not the best place, honestly. I mean, if you're from Ohio, no shame, but that's my experience. So tell me, what do you think? And this is something I got into with my friend's friend. Well, my friend's hookup. Um, she's French Spanish, and she told me like, "Where are you from?" Oh, she asked me the question, and I'm like, "It's pretty complicated." And eventually, it's like, "Oh, oh la la, blah 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 blah," and I'm like, "Fine." Like, my parents are from Kuwait, but I grew up between Kuwait and the United States and Spain. So if you ask me personally, what do I consider my identity? I would say, I would say more U.S. Spain, less Kuwait, because I left Kuwait at a young age, and I already rejected that when I was 11 or 12. So it was kind of like, I gave you a shot, you did not deliver. And especially that I liked emo songs, electric guitars, metal bands, rock band, pop punk. So, you know, High Five, MySpace, Tumblr, all of those. And pretty much I had friends since I was young from the US. And those were kind of the people I felt very comfortable around. And then that happened. The thing is, now here in Spain, um, not really into the kind of Americans that come to Spain, because some of them have also never left the country, but also they're looking for this like Spanish memory they want to create, and they're not experienced travelers. Let's just put it that way. Although I met a couple of very lovely ladies when I was in Barcelona from the US, and I'm still in contact with some of them. And yeah, those were lovely people. One of them was doing a master's, the other one was just like backpacking through Europe. But the ones who come here on like this language teacher program, I met a couple of them. Maybe I'm just old and they're young, but the vibe is pretty different. The vibe is definitely very different. Many of them are still your traditional, typical American, you know? So they're coming here to experience the typical Spain, which is kind of like, yeah, you and I cannot hang out much because they want to experience Spain, and I do not provide that image or that experience because I'm international. So I'm not giving them what they're expecting, and they're not, I guess, giving me what I'm expecting, which is someone open minded and thinking outside of cultures and norms. And typically, these people want to experience the cultural norms, which is cute, yes. But for me, I've experienced way too much of this. I'm done with it. I would like some more interesting people who are either creative or have done a lot of traveling. So I'm gonna go meet my friends. Tell me what you think about your own identity. You see, this is something I also mention and not mention. Like, I never mentioned that being trans is one of my like identity pillars because I don't see myself as a trans person per se as like this is my goal and identity. I think it's just like how a guy or a girl, like a cis guy, cis girl, live life. They're not going to tell you, oh, I identify as a man and then I'm a doctor or I'm a guitarist. Usually it's irrelevant to their identity, but it will come up in case something happens or something is relevant. So this is how I see my transness. I don't think of it as like a big chunk of my identity. I just see it as something. If there are discriminatory behaviors or if there are some scenarios where it might be relevant, I'll probably talk about it and will be big and important. But for now, I don't see it as anything relevant. So, what do we think? Hair is herring. It's very cold, but I'm gonna go out. See you later.